What's up, YouTube? This is Agent 0226 from Team Venusaur with a question mark. Coming at you today with my deck profile that I took to my locals last night. And I went 4-1. There was no top cut, so we just kind of split prizes. Top 6 people got top 6 people got prizes, and I was top 4, number 4 overall. My team overall, we went 11-4 yesterday, so that's really good. As you can see, I ran windup, so I'm just gonna get right into the deck profile, and I'll talk about my matchups right after. So we got the 3 rabbit, basic staple, 3 rat, 3 shark, and I run 3 magician because opening shark magician is just retarded in this deck, and you need to optimize that as much as possible. Also the non-windups, 2 Thunder Kings, because the new windup deck, it can get you into like jammy hands. So you know, if you open up Thunder King with nothing else, it's good to sit on Thunder King for a couple turns because it throws off your opponent. They don't know what you're running, and it stops them from searching. Of course, the tour guide engine, and I run the tour guide Sangan Night Assailant. I like Night Assailant because I don't main Snowman Eaters, so Night Assailant gives me that destruction of a monster. Plus, I like having an extra target for tour guide just in case. And then onto the spells. 2 factory. I only run 2 factory because I main Thunder Kings. So running 3 factory can kind of, you know, backfire if you have Thunder King on the field because you can't search. But I think 2 is enough. If you don't run Thunder Kings, I would run 3 though. 3 MST because this deck OTK, so you need to remove back row. Obviously, the power cards, heavy, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, obvious, Stables. I run Mind Control and Book of Moon. I like these 2 cards. I didn't see them that often yesterday at my locals, but when I did use them, they kind of helped me out and saved me the game. So I'm still debating whether or not to take them out. If I do take them out, it would be for 2 enemy controllers. And probably the best card in my spell lineup is Pot of Avarice. When I got this off yesterday, it was just ridiculous. It brought me back and just swung the game in my favor. Onto the trap lineup. I main 2 Compulse. I like Compulse because it's fast, you can chain it, and it's I think it's probably the best 1-for-1 trap in the game because there's no cost. You can use it for offensive and defensive purposes, and it's, like I said, it's chainable. So I like 2 Compulse. I like 2 Fiendish. As you saw, I don't main Veilers, so Fiendish Chain does come in handy every once in a while. You know, occasionally playing that Down Rabbit or, you know, a big beater that you can't just get over, you need to stall, so Fiendish Chain is pretty good. 2 Torrentials because Rabbit and Torrential is ridiculous. And I don't like Deep Prison, so I like 2 Mirror Force instead. I do side 1 out game 2 most of the time, but I like having 2 Mirror Force because nobody expects Mirror Force now. And if I do use 1, I like knowing that I can go into another one. And of course, the Solemn Trio, the 3 Solemns. Yeah. Who doesn't run Solemns, right? Let me show you the extra deck. Obviously, you got the 1 Zen mains, self-explanatory. 1 Carrier, 110 Tempo. This card put in so much work today. It's such a good card. I use 1 Soul Silver Mountain. Again, another card that put in a lot of work today. It was just like baiting out my opponent's back row so I could make bigger pushes later on and not having to waste my bigger cards. And this got warninged every time it came out because they just didn't want me to freeze that back row. Staple, Lavier, Leviathan, it's your 3-star beater, and Giga Brilliant for the OTK. Onto the rank 4s, Papal Operative, crazy. My best card of the day, I went into Abyss Dweller every game, and it won me like 65% of my games. I played Mermails round 3, and this completely shut them down. And my round 5 was a feature match against Hieratics, and this got me the OTK. Dweller is such a good card, especially if you go into it with Sharks. It gives you a boost, and most of the time you're going to have other water monsters on the field, so it gives them, you know, plus 500. And Dweller is just such a good card. Cowboy's good. I didn't go into Cowboy at all, but I only use him to run over a bigger monster. So my stroke's, you know, great. I didn't go into it once, but it's good to have. Obviously, Shockmaster for the lock, and I run number 50 Black Ship of Corn. I replaced this over Utopia because I felt like Utopia is good because it's a 25 beater, but there was cards like Zen Mains. Like I have, if I don't 10 tempo, then Zen Mains is a huge problem. And I went into this card twice yesterday, and I Zen Main. I got rid of their Zen Mains. So yeah, they took 1,000 damage. I didn't get to attack, but this card's pretty good. You know, if you use it in the right situation. And then the two rank 5s, Adrius and Tyrus. You know, I go into both of them every game, so it's just too good. Let me show you the side. I side the two Veilers for basically Dino Rabbit, you know, anything Insectors, anything with heavy monster effects. I side two Maxis for the Mirror and Mermals. I side the two Snowman Eater for Dino Rabbit and, you know, like heroes and stuff. Snowman Eater's a good card. This card. I side 3 D-Fissure. D-Fissure is so boss. It just stops so many decks. Madolches, Mermales. It just stops so many decks right now. And, like, my locals is very sporadic, you know, depending on who goes. But most of the times you'll definitely get a handful of Dino Rabbit and a handful of like Insectors and stuff like that. But Fissure just stops. And Dark Worlds is my hardest matchup, so D-Fissure, you know, wrecks Dark Worlds. Two Soul Taker, obviously. I side the two Bottomless. I was maining them, but I felt like I had way too many traps in my deck. And I really only like Bottomless against like certain decks, like maybe Dino Rabbit and Agents. And I didn't really see. I didn't side this in once, so I didn't need it. But I like it in the side, just to be able to have it. And of course the two Dust Tornadoes in the side, because game 2, if you get a game 1 win and you side game 2, your opponent's gonna side it on the rivalry and all that shit. So you have to have outs. So yeah, I went 4-1. Top 4 yesterday. My round 1, I faced Dino Rabbit. It went to game 3. It was a grind though. Like it wasn't. I didn't get the OTK off or anything. It was just you know, just slowly, you know, chip away at life and everything like that. Game 2, he opened the nuts, as you guys say on YouTube. He opened Dolka, and the next turn he went into Levier, and then fucking Logia. There was nothing I can do at that point. So yeah. And then game 3 I took round 2, again a Dino Rabbit deck. I 2-0'd, but it was like again very, you know, grinded out. Nothing too crazy. Round 3 Mermales. That was I 2-0'd Mermales. My round 4 match, I lost to Dark World. We were both undefeated at this point. And I was in first place by points, and I faced Dark Worlds, and I just nothing I could do. Game 1, I drew just Thunder Kings, nothing. Game 2, after siding, I opened Magician Shark, and he dropped Maxi. So I was like, what? So I had a decision to make. I just kept going. He ended up drawing 9 cards off Maxi, and I just didn't have enough. I didn't have enough setup to stop him in the next couple turns, so he took that. And then my round 5, I beat. This is my feature match. I beat Hieradix 2-0'd. Game 2, I just OTK'd on turn 2. So it was a pretty good day overall, like I said, for my team and everything. We went 11-4 as a team, which is really good. I was 4th. My other friend was 4-1. He was 6th overall, and then my other friend was 3-2. He was the 10th. He was 10th place. So, you know, we got 3 out of the top 10. So that's a really good seed for us. I would definitely be bringing more videos eventually. I just wanted to get this one out there. So let me know what you guys think. Comment, subscribe, like, message, whatever it is you guys like to do. And I'll put up some more content here and there. Do you guys take it easy? This is Agent Zero from Team Venusaur with a question mark. Peace. Peace out.